morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's Open Heart Spiritual Center service. Let's take a moment and just take a breath in with me. And release this breath. Let's take another breath in. And release. And one more. And release. And as we release this breath, we release whatever has come before this time. Just set it aside. Let it be. If you choose to return to it later, then that is your choice. But choose here, be present, right here and right now. And I just give thanks for this day. I give thanks for all who participate in this day. I give thanks for each and every single one of you that are joining us on this day, this beautiful day, this loving day, this day filled with peace, promise, and potential, and knowing the infinite wisdom that is within me, the infinite wisdom that is within each of you, right here and right now, is the divine oneness that we are all share, that we all are encompassed by, and that we are all here gathered right here, right now, in that divine one mind, that isness, that allness that ever is present within each one of us. And I am so grateful for this time together. I'm so excited about the service, and get excited with me and join me in this excitement, and knowing that today is the day that we hear this message, and this message is going to just open us up to be even greater than we were before we began today. And so now I just give thanks for this time, and I release and let it go. Let the celebration begin. And so it is.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream for this Sunday, June the 26th, 2022. Like many of you, I know that still on your minds, I know it's on my mind, the recent Supreme Court decision overturning Roe versus Wade, and all of the emotions and the feelings and the thoughts and everything else that are wrapped up in all of this. There are some devastating consequences for this. And I know that people oftentimes feel like their spirituality and politics don't mix, but I'm a firm believer that as people of faith, as people of spirit, it's important for us to be involved. It's important for us to give a damn about these things that are happening. And I think that we have to take this time now to do all that we can to make sure that we participate in the future elections, to make sure that we organize, to make sure that we do the things that we can to provide a safety net for people who are devastated by and impacted by this decision, things that are happening in states, and that we also have to keep in mind that as we continue to delve into our teachings and continue to understand that we have presence and a power within us that can enable us and strengthen us to be able to do the things that we need to do to make this world better and to make this country better. I'm really concerned about the direction in which it's taking in so many instances. So I'm saying that this morning. I know oftentimes there are people who don't like when I do this, but I'm doing this. I'm standing firm in my convictions and standing firm in my truth. I'd like to also take a moment to announce on another note that beginning on Wednesday, July the 6th, I'll begin another study group using the book E Squared. You'll find out more information about it, but it is an unusual book in that it will be it is a book that takes a lot of the principles that we teach and conducts experiments, and there will be 9 different experiments. It's E Squared by Pam Grout, and it's an opportunity for those of you who'd like to participate in it to actually each week take a different principle, a different technique, and apply it, experiment with it, and see what happens as a result. So it's an opportunity to let the rubber meet the road in terms of the things that we talk about here at Open Heart and beyond. And as always, I greet you, I bless you. I see God in you. Our purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community which recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
Our theme for the month of June, God's business. My business and the business of my living is God's business, and God's business is always successful. I am in partnership with all the presence that there is. I am one with the only mind there is. I am one with the infinite presence. I am one with the eternal good. And so it is.
Today's affirmative reading comes from the Daily Word. I bless the people whose lives have touched mine. Grandparents, parents, siblings, members of my extended family, teachers, friends, co-workers. Every person I've known has, by his or her example, helped me feel more deeply what it means to be human. Some have encouraged my curiosity. Some have taught me life skills. Some have modeled positive attitudes and behaviors. Some have loved me fully and unselfishly. And some have helped me learn to love even when loving felt difficult. Today I remember the people whose lives have touched mine. I pause to think kindly of each one as I savor memories of time we spent together. Whether we're still in one another's lives, have lost touch, or are separated by death, I know the experiences we have shared continue to enrich our lives and deeply bless us on our spiritual journeys. I remember you always in my prayers. Romans 1:9.
Hey, here come the announcements. This Thursday, it's Wine and Words again at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Hope you will join us. We have had some amazing conversations. We would like to have you there. I know that with the weather being as hot as it is, a lot of you are spending more time indoors, and it's an opportunity to connect with your Open Heart family and to have some enlightening conversations. Hope you will join us. And as we say, there's no wine required, but be sure to bring you. You can access it through our website, ohsc901.com. Beginning on Wednesday, July the 6th, we will have a 10-week course, a New Thought Metaphysics Lab, where we will actually put to the test the ideas that our thoughts can create our reality. And that is going to be using the book E Squared by Pam Grout. It is a virtual class, and it's an opportunity to do some weekly experiments, if you will, to test and see the things that we talk about, putting those things into action. If you do order your book through Amazon, be sure to do so supporting Open Heart through Amazon Smile. If you don't already have it set up, you could go to our website, click on the link there, and order your book. Hope that you will join us. And again, that's beginning July the 6th at 6:30 p.m. June is Pride Month, and Open Heart from its very beginning was intentional about being an inclusive community. We unhesitatingly and wholeheartedly support our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, non-binary, and queer friends, their rights, their marriages, their pursuit of happiness, and their breath. And this is also true July through May.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day. Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
At Open Heart, we absolutely believe in the power of affirmative prayer. We hold a space for these persons you see named here. We see you. We see you whole. We see you strengthened and encouraged. We see you recognizing the infinite within that animates and gives life to you and sustains you through all circumstances. And so it is. I'm always grateful to those who provide an affirmative reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And this is your opportunity to submit a video to Jay Gilmore at Openheartspiritual.org. Our daily affirmative prayer call takes place each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. Dial in as one of our prayer team members shares an inspirational reading and then prays for you, all in about 7 minutes. As always, we're thankful for your gifts. There are 3 ways to give: through our Cash App, to give online at our website, or text the word GIVE to 615-422-4292. Infinite prosperity is mine to share. I am blessed, and we hope that you will continue to share in your prosperity with Open Heart. Here's another easy way to support Open Heart. With Amazon Smile. With Amazon Smile, you'll find the same Amazon dashboard, order, and browsing history you currently use. Nothing changes, except a donation is made to Open Heart with each eligible purchase. You see, Amazon will donate 0.5% of the price of your eligible Amazon Smile purchase to Open Heart whenever you shop. You can go to our website and you can click on the banner that's there and it'll take you to Amazon. You can go to Amazon and go to Smile and give you a tip. We're listed as Open Heart Community of Faith Ministries and Church because that is our official name when we signed up through Smile. And you can even do this. I do this. You can add the Amazon Smile extension to your browser if you use Google Chrome. And then all you have to do is click on that and it will take you completely into the portal and you're able to support Open Heart. But it's an opportunity for you, if you already shop at Amazon, to support Open Heart and what you're doing, and we appreciate it. Enough to bear the burdens that sometimes comes living this thing called life. Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork of the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God is, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God is, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the help of mind and body to live the life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the We are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God you are the place. Moves and breathes and has we are the place. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I tell you, it I am the place where God moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. All right. Woo! I got the T-shirt. It says I'm the place. I bought it from his website. It says I'm the place where God.
I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me.
It's now time for our centering moment. We know that in the past few days there have been events and many things taking place that can move us off of center. So what more important time to take a moment, to take a breath, bring ourselves back to center, remember the divine presence that is within, that continues to be alive and continues to express itself in, through, and as each and every one of us, that emanates a sense of justice, a sense of wholeness, a sense of well-being, a sense of peace, a sense of courage, a sense of wholeness, a sense of boldness, a sense of knowing that all, despite what might be happening around us, is well, that provides us with the means that are necessary to be the change that we wish to see in the world. So we take this time again to center, to know that all is well, and know that it is flowing through us now. And as we prepare ourselves for the message, and to hear and to focus on the lesson that is ours today, we know that all that is continues to guide us in all that we do.
Good morning, Open Heart. It is good to be with you in this sacred space, to be in this holy ground on this time of our Sunday celebration. I am glad to be here with all of you today. June's theme is God's business. My talk title today is The Business Plan. And my talk text is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Now, our theme this month is God's business. My business and the business of my living is God's business, and God's business is always successful. I am in partnership with all the presence that there is. I am one with the only mind there is. I am one with the infinite presence. I am one with the eternal good. And so today I want to talk about God's business plan and ask the question, God's business is always successful. Why? And is it? When you take a look at the state of this Christian country and this world, it makes me wonder, is God's business always successful? And how is this success defined? Is it the American model success, the American business plan, which is power over others and to have more than everyone else? Is it spinning that delusional tale of freedom for everybody, or you just got to work hard and you can have it? Is that part of God's business plan, or is that the success? Because I see that most people consider themselves Christian or spiritual or New Age or whatever really seem to be living that plan instead of God's business plan. We're all trying to get a lot of cars, a lot of money, a lot of homes, and a lot of clothes. And of course, something like The Secret just sort of emboldened or empowered spiritual people to be trying to manifest everything. But is that God's business? Is that God's business plan? And if we are God's people, is that what we're supposed to be about? Is that how we're going to make this world a transformative, love-filled, light-filled place, by following that American business plan? Or do we really need to take a look at this always successful God's business plan? Because I know without a doubt, I know for sure that those of us who call ourselves New Thought, spiritual, or New Age, if we apply God's business, that plan, as our way of living, as our way of being, God is, I am, there is no difference between us and God. And so the very success that this month's theme is saying is ours is if we apply God's plan. We can then make this a country, a world, a community that works for everyone, a place that has the promise of Jeremiah 29:11, where everyone is prospering, where there are minimal disasters, where there is a future for all of us that is bright, shining, and amazing, and hope. But it comes by applying God's business plan, moving and grooving and operating as people of God. We are in this country, we are in this world, but we're not of it. I know people want to now be out protesting and writing their senators about because of the overturning of Roe versus Wade, but we have got to begin at the energetic level. We must have the consciousness of freedom, the consciousness of unity, and energetically bring that to the table. We're so busy begging these senators and begging our Congress people, give us our freedom, give us our freedom, give us what's already ours. Again, are we operating as people who know that we are divine and that everything we want is already ours? Or are we looking to people outside of ourselves to give that to us? People who don't know better, they are doing that. But we, who are supposed to be living this new thought way of being, as Maya Angelou says, when you know better, do better. We should know and be embodying freedom, prosperity, a goodness, a future, and a hope. That is God's business, and that is God's business plan. How do we do that? I'm so glad you asked. Let's look at God's business plan. I think of God's business plan as a 3-step plan. And step 1 has 2 parts. Step 1A, learn to do what is right. Seek justice. Help the oppressed. Defend the cause of the orphans and plead the cause of the widow. If we would live our lives in a way that every day we do what is right, not what is easy, not what is safe, not what is approved, but we live our lives in a way that is right. Talking about, that song from the Doobie Brothers, taking it to the streets. Well, what are we taking to the streets? Our anger and our fear because we're giving our power away to people? Do what is right. Operate from a place of knowing. And as an LGBTQ woman and as a black woman and as a woman, I could be all afraid and they're going to take my rights. Okay, you can't take away from me what's mine. I am free. A healthy body and choice over that body is mine. The right to vote and my voice to mean something in this world is mine. I don't need permission from the Congress. And when we can change that around and then begin to embody that and share that mindset that we're going to do what's right. And what is right is for everyone. Seeking justice, fairness, equality, equity, and then we help those who are oppressed. We become the voice of the disabled. We become the voice of those who are experiencing homelessness. We become the voice of women and girls who are raped and are forced and get pregnant and don't have a way to take care of that, or women who religion won't let them use birth control, and so now they're having 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 kids, which I know is normal. At one time was normal here for the South, but it's not the deal anymore. We have to be the voice of the oppressed, not them, us. That's God's plan. Do what is right. And what is that? To seek justice. I haven't heard Breonna Taylor's name in a year. Sandra Bland, Michael Brown. Are we seeking justice for those people? Or are we just going back to our little safe world? And are we helping the oppressed? This is God's plan. Defending the cause of the orphans, those who don't have the support of their family. There should be 7, 8, 9, 10 LGBTQ centers in this state for when people get mad at their kids and they kick them out, they have a safe place to go. Not just one in Memphis, out in Memphis. And to Audrey and the whole gang of people over there. Defending those who are no longer loved and accepted by their family. That's God's plan. And then pleading the case of the widow. What are we doing to help seniors? I cannot tell you how many people come into the hospital at Baptist DeSoto and don't have insurance. Their families don't want to come and pick them up. Where are our voices? Oh, because we're too busy in our little safe comfort zone. Oh, now you want to take our rights away. Now we want to have a fit about it. But here's part B of God's plan. What does the Lord require of you but to act justly? It's not just feeling some kind of way. It's acting justly, to love mercy and to walk humbly with our God. That divinity within ourselves, to every day make that choice. Now you say, well, Billy, you're not sounding very friendly. This isn't about friendly. This is about doing something that will make a difference. Marching on Washington, people already done that. Where are we at? Marching down Bill Street, people already done that. Where are we at? I'm not saying those things don't matter, but we've got to come with the right energy, not fearful. And not, you got to give us something, but understanding if we apply God's business plan, it is always successful. It's always successful when we do what is right. And when we take up the cause every day, all the time, every opportunity that's given to us, to those who are being oppressed, to those that are being denied their rights, to those that are being orphaned by their parents that don't love them, seniors who are being abused, no one's taking care of them, that we should act justly every day, not just when 6 of 9 people make some decision and we get all monster about it. Every day, it's God's business plan. Every day, we are to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly. And Benjamin Franklin said it best, justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are affected. Why did we lose the right to abortion? Because men, they don't affect them. That it doesn't matter to men at all. Now, I know there are men who want to be out in the street. I get it, but it doesn't matter at all. I've never seen a woman walk into an abortion clinic and people yelling and screaming at her with the man by her side. Her mother's walking that road with her. Her best friend is walking that road with her. Her sister is. As when men care about that, why do you think we got some gun legislation? Because white men like Steve Kerr got on TV and said, enough. He is never going to be shot at. He is going to be safe forever. But someone who's unaffected by it said something. And we need to start raising our voices for justice, for homeless people, for disabled people, for LGBTQ people, for people who cannot take care of themselves. That's God's plan. That's how the world gets changed. When we apply God's business plan, not the American business plan, which is, well, let me get my house first, and let me get some money in the bank, and let me get a good car, and let me get safe and secure. Well, when you get safe and secure, then you want to continue your safety and security, and you're not doing God's business plan, which is always successful. It will prosper us. It will save us from disaster. It'll give us a future and bring us hope. But we have got to be as outraged. Yeah, I live in a beautiful house. Y'all been up here. I'm not affected by homelessness. I should be one of the first people down at Memphis or up here at Tipton County advocating. It's time for us to apply God's business plan. What is step 2 of God's business plan? Now, whatever is true, whatever is whole, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if there's anything excellent or praiseworthy, think about these things. How much time do we spend moaning and groaning about stuff that's not right? We have got to get, you and I'm talking to myself too, get our minds right and in the right place. We have to think about what is true. We are in the world, but not of it. It's not what our eyes see. Our eyes are seeing a reflection of what all of us in this country and all of us in this planet think is true. So we've got to flip the script and begin thinking in alignment with God's business plan. You know, like my message from earlier, that it's all good. It's all good. Good will come from this. So then act from that place. Think about the whole picture. Think about what is right. Again, doing the right thing and what is pure. Think on that. What is lovely? What would happen if for 5 minutes, for 10 seconds, everyone thought about something beautiful? Again, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. This is an energetic fight, and we want to keep fighting it at the physical level. Fight it where it begins, energetically. Upgrade our thoughts. Upgrade our way of being. Make sure that we're operating from a paradigm of our oneness. You know, John always talks about what is your default. And they've seen some things on my mammograms, and I'm gonna have a biopsy. And the lady, and when they told me that, I wasn't afraid. I'm like, please, God's a healer. God done healed my body of mitral valve prolapse, gave my mom a brand new heart, broke everybody's expectation with Gail's medical challenges. Please. Okay, but when they called me up to talk to me about what I thought was my copay, which was $25, like whatever. Well, when they said, oh no, you have the deductible and it's $600. Now, did I, the Reverend Villa Willis, go to a place of faith and say, well, I know that my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. So yes, I will be there with the $600 for, oh heck no, I freaked out, I wigged out, I got all upset about it. Okay? But what if I had then instead applied God's business plan and thought about what is true, that my God shall supply all my needs, that my every need is met, that the cattle on 1,000 hills are mine, that $600 is nothing to God. And think about the praiseworthy things that every time my needs have been met, I haven't gone without one thing. How would the world be transformed if the people of God would consistently apply God's business plan. And then the last part of the plan, or part 3, is love each other. This is my commandment, Master Teacher Jesus says, that you love one another as I have loved you unconditionally. If we could love unconditionally, we would be transformative agents on this world. And when you get to step 3, you go back and start at step 1. Step 1, A and B, step 2, step 3, and repeat. Love is the transformative key to this whole thing. Much of what's happening in the world, from Putin's deranged war to 6 people of this country who are not even elected or voted by anyone, can say, oh, by the way, ladies, you got to have a kid and you can't have a safe abortion or whatever. If we act from love, knowing that the business plan of God is for our good, not for disaster, and to give us a future and a hope, and we do that from a place of love, we will make a difference. We will bring about the world that we want to see. Love, 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 as the Beatles say. Ernest Holmes says, love is at the center of our being, and the calm, continuous pulsations of life are governed by love. This is where the battle is won, in love. Love for myself, love in my actions, my love for what is right, not just for me, but for everyone. My love for wanting those who are without to have, my love for those who are rejected to be accepted, my love for justice, for what is right all around, and to spend my day, and you spending your day, walking humbly with the God within. I close with this quote. Love is within us. Love is within us. It cannot be destroyed. It can be ignored. To the extent that we abandon love, we will feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of past history and begin again. Love heals, love forgives, and love makes whole. Let us begin implementing the successful, always successful God's business plan with step 1, doing what is right, seeking justice. Step 2, walking humbly with God. Or actually, that's 1B. Step 2 is to think whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are lovely and praiseworthy and of good report. Think on those things. And then love as Master Teacher Jesus has demonstrated. Yes, most people read the Old Testament and they read the works of Paul, but they don't read the Gospels. Take a look at the radical acts, not just the words. My seminary professor used to say, not just the words of Jesus should be in read, but the actions. It's time to act from a consciousness of oneness, of humbly embodying the divinity within, and then love. Love heals, love forgives, and love makes whole.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, gotta let it go. Gotta let it all go. Are you listening? You got to let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I am free